we're in the news for our Bitcoin ETF filing, and because it's with the SEC, we cannot say
Okay.
anything. But I really do believe that the SEC is going to lose the grayscale case, and that's going to happen pretty soon. And that one of the ways that the SEC could respond is to turn around and change the subject and approve not just one Bitcoin ETF, but a lot of the ones that are on the docket right now.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Cathie Wood's prediction about Bitcoin and crypto market. Cathie says first global up private, no government oversight, digital rules-based monetary system the world has ever known. That's a big idea, and we think the total crypto asset market in 2030 will be valued at roughly $25 trillion right now. Right now, it's a little over $1 trillion, and we think that Bitcoin is going to be more than half of that. We asked Cathie, do you have a prediction for this year or next year, 2024? You know we tend to be 5 years in our up prediction, so the 5 to 7 year forecast is in base case would be 650,000, and then both of us would be about double that, and you believe in crypto Bitcoin so much because like one of the problems is a lot of those brokerages that you could buy Bitcoin through, Voyager. A few others went bankrupt, FTX, ETS. How do people buy? How does a regular person buy Bitcoin? Or is it you think that institutions are going to be the ones buying this Bitcoin stuff? And I asked because our whole Digital Asset Day is all about this. And lots of things Cathie discuss. So please watch the video to end and share. Subscribe our channel, Everyday Finance. Thanks.
Do you factor that in?
In a very unhealthy market, what tends to happen is the market narrows, and a lot of people have been concerned that the Magnificent Seven have taken so much oxygen out of the room in terms of this year's rally. What gratified us in the first 6 months of the year is, despite not owning any of the Magnificent Seven except for Tesla, we outperformed even the Qs. And we owned a slight bit of Meta, but a partial position. That tells us that the bull market in innovation is broadening out. And that's a healthy development for innovation. As for the rest of the market, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of disruption and dislocation in the traditional world order because of innovation. So I'm happy to see innovation is broadening out in terms of the market rewarding it. We'll see if that happens for the market as a whole, for the broad-based indices. But what did we do? I know one of the stocks we bought with some of the NVIDIA was Coinbase. Coinbase has tripled. Give me a clue as to what could that be?
Crypto. It could be something on Tesla. I don't know. You have stuff in that brain just somewhere. You just pull it out. It's like the brain just.
In terms of well, we're in the news for our Bitcoin ETF filing, and because it's with the SEC, we cannot say anything. Okay. But I really do believe that the SEC is going to lose the grayscale case, and that's going to happen pretty soon. And that one of the ways that the SEC could respond is to turn around and change the subject and approve not just one Bitcoin ETF, but a lot of the ones that are on the docket right now. So it could happen. It could happen quickly. And, I think from an institutional point of view, then, I think we're going to see a serious move in. And what's interesting about that is the number of Bitcoin outstanding now is 19-ish million, and the maximum will be 21 million. If institutions want to move in, that's going to be a lot of incremental demand for not that much more incremental supply. So the only way to then do that is to bid the price up if they really want to be a part of that movement.
And we're going to do a couple of minutes over, but your Bitcoin prediction at one point is $1 million a coin. Are you still a big believer in Bitcoin?
Yes, absolutely. Ever more so. First, global, uh, private, no government oversight, digital, rules-based monetary system the world has ever known. That's a big idea. And we think the total crypto asset market in 2030 will be valued at roughly $25 trillion Right now, it's a little over $1 trillion. And we think that Bitcoin is going to be more than half of that.
Do you have a prediction for this year or next year, 2024?
You know, we tend to be 5 years in our predictions. So the 5 to 7 year forecast is in base case would be 650,000, and then bull case would be about double that. Yeah, I think institutions will be a big part of it. This is a new asset class, very low correlations with any other asset class, except at extremes in all markets. The correlations go to 1. So yes, and I think a Bitcoin ETF approval will help. I think judicial clarity, legislative clarity is all going to happen within the next few years. This is an election year issue. I already know some young people who have switched their allegiance when it seemed like Elizabeth Warren was going to lead the Democrats into the anti-crypto world. I know of some young individuals whom I never thought would change their allegiance, shifted from Democrats to Republicans. Now it's becoming a little more bipartisan in the legislative branch, and I think it is because it's becoming an election year issue. And so you can't be on the wrong side of young people and win an election.
Yeah, that is awesome. So just two last questions. So Coinbase is still one of your largest holdings in the crypto space.
Yes.
You believe in Coinbase still, like big time?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We think it's going to be the institutional on-ramp. It signed the deal with BlackRock, and I think that was a very big deal in terms of Larry Fink. Larry Fink is now all about Bitcoin, and so it's getting much more institutional focus. You will remember there was a time when Larry Fink said Bitcoin is environmentally a menace. And I don't think he's talking about that anymore, because actually Bitcoin is solving some environmental problems now that Exxon is putting Bitcoin mining machines into natural gas fields so that instead of flaring the natural gas, it can be used to mint Bitcoin. So and utility ecosystems are using it to in their solar ecosystems. When the sun's created too much energy, it'll pour into Bitcoin mining, and they can overbuild solar and wind. So this is the convergence of technologies.
No, that's awesome. We'll be discussing the Benzinga Future of Digital Assets in New York. But like two last questions and it's gonna be quick answers, whatever is easiest. Okay. Twitter's rebrand to X. Do you like it?
I do myself. I've taken to it. It's kind of cool. It's like Elon cool.
Okay. All right. And then the last one is DraftKings is also one of your top holdings. Do you think DraftKings faces a serious threat from the Penn ESPN bet sportsbook combination?
I don't think so. We're watching this. We will be watching the share gains carefully, but we're very impressed with what DraftKings has done over the last couple of years. Faced a lot of competition, pulled away from advertising, and started just getting more creative. And even to the point where they're bringing NFTs into the ecosystem, and have gained share. So our analyst Nick Roos thinks DraftKings is in the pole position here, along with FanDuel, of course.